Nah, that's
There
tough.
we go.
He said we
I was
make
trying
this.
to. I was trying to make sure when I hit that next session, I want to fuck Philly up. I want to be like, you know what I mean? Like when I want to like look at something, he'd be like, "What you thinking? Like a 180 a shove?" And I'm gonna be like, "Nah, I think I'm gonna get that kickflip off of here and fuck his head up."
Ooh,
Let's
Yeah,
go.
that's what
that's
we
what I'm
talking. We
saying.
coming crazy 2023.
Let's go.
Oh,
I
Phil,
got that
you heard?
flip though.
From the park
Question,
to the stew.
question. What y'all think about Nigel Newport and him not getting the skate the Sodi?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
I mean, bro, good answer. Homie on a
I mean,
different
yo,
level.
he
Um,
deserves the Sodi, man. Straight up.
Yo,
Like,
what's that about? Y'all gotta
yeah.
explain that to me.
Yeah.
It's that's that politic bullshit. That's that politic bullshit.
I got a all right. I got a better question. Do you think Nigel could put out another part like now? I'm not saying like that, but of that caliber still at this point in his career? Because it looked like he really gave it all on that motherfucker.
It was a couple
Yeah,
years deep in that part for sure.
Yeah.
Wow, that part was years. He got years. Shit.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
he was hurt for
Yeah, yeah.
if you really pay attention, you can see he has footage on
Element.
old element boards.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Damn.
Hey, I got one point out. And I feel like I look at this very, respectfully, and I discredited the ender for this reason. He brought a bank to that rail up
Yeah.
across
The
the
grind.
bar. I don't I don't
That's
care,
a
bro.
tough.
I don't care. Bro,
Oh,
I don't
honestly,
think he
like,
brought it though. I think like he
Like
cemented
it's
that
it was
shit.
a
Like,
concrete ramp they made. They like made a little cement ramp and painted it white.
but but that's the thing, bro. It's like if we talking that was the only point out I had about it. Because if we talking street skating, bro, like that's
Okay.
my bro. I love him, but you
I
can't.
got. I got one point out
nah.
too. I got another point out. I got one point out too. Then I got a point out.
Oh, I'm knowing.
So how come? How come they didn't discredit Tyshawn for Bondo on the subway?
Oh yeah, he did.
they gave him a little slack.
Damn.
They gave him a little slack for that. They gave him a little something, but at that, it's New York. So at the end of the day, like they gonna always look
Yeah,
at New York like way
But
tougher,
it's
way
like
more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you can't Bondo shit in New York. You're not allowed to, man. You gotta go through rugged and raw.
Yeah, that's like the crustiest.
hey,
I
that's
mean,
that's
Just roll that shit.
Hey, I will say
I,
this.
I,
I do have an agreement with that because what my point out of that was okay. Bondo's normal. It's a part of skating. We've Bondo
Right.
shit,
Yeah.
but he did Bondo the yellow too. So he technically,
Made
he
it short.
Bondo the blind bump.
yeah,
oh, the
he
double Bondo.
he
Because P,
Bondo the blind bump.
Oh, the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
Man, y'all
who was
niggas
that dude
hard.
Y'all tough, man.
who
Y'all too tough.
homie who did
You
the
guys
ollie
are
in 2012
tough,
first?
bro.
Oh
You're
yeah.
supposed
I
to have
don't know.
fun,
That
man.
I
shit
don't
was
You
think
know,
he
crazy.
used
but
Bondo.
Nah,
but
I'm 50-50 with it though. To be honest, like
yeah,
I feel like Nigel,
same,
yeah,
same.
he deserved it because he went crazy. But like on a culture, like on like some fly nigga shit, like I'm kind of happy Tyshawn won. Like, and to say like he went crazy just in his own. I think it just registered different
He
because it
did
ain't
go
like crazy
crazy,
rails and
man.
shit.
Yeah, he
So
did go hard.
but if
He
you
did his
really went to
thing.
those same spots that he did, you'll be like, dog, there's no fucking way.
Facts.
Yeah, it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nah,
Nigel, you expect
I'm
it.
glad. Nah,
Nah, it's
I'm
tough.
glad Sean won too. I fuck with that too. But it's like his second time winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Second
Nigel,
time.
people already
Yeah,
expect
second
him to
time.
win.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, and
I
Nigel
think
kind of expected not to win it already.
It's a
No,
love
for
and hate
sure.
thing that he already know.
I
But
mean, he
yeah,
just. I
Is
mean,
that
to
why
him, he probably think he done won like 5 times already.
is that
yeah.
why his shit don't be on is that why his shit don't be on Thrasher?
Who?
Cause like I
Oh, say
try to
that
watch
again.
his shit. I try to watch Nigel shit on Thrasher, and they ain't even on there.
That's right.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why,
It's on a
man.
Nike.
The
It's on the
politics.
Nike channel.
Mm.
yeah.
That's right.
That
I
shit
The
was
don't
thing
get
with
it.
so
That
the
might
Yeah,
thing with
that's
the
that.
thing with Sodi, Here's the thing with
Question.
Sodi though. Like you can't
Question. Why
try.
does it have anything to do with all his tricks be mainly real tricks? Does it have anything to do with that?
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say that, but that's a good question.
Because you know what I mean by that is like, you know, type you watch anybody else part and it, you know, it don't be mainly one thing like that.
Yeah, it's kind of repetitive, but
Yeah.
like, but it's
Yeah.
also like you said, like how you question, like, do you think he could put like, another part out like that? And like the expectation of his like skills is like OD,
It's high as
but
hell.
like Yo said, like the flavor and like where we at right now is like the culture kind of needed that. Like myself, like I support that. Like I fuck with the movement and like all that. But then again, it's like that nigga Niger is doing some crazy ass shit. Like
Yeah.
on the sense of like a skateboarding, like that shit is crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Life threatening, bro. Everything life threatening. Everything.
That's what
That's
I'm
true.
saying. Like I saw one of them. I'm looking at one of the rails and I'm like, bro, if he fall off that fucking rail,
It's a
Yeah,
wrap.
for real.
And the crazy thing is, he gonna get right back up and do it again the same session.
that's what I'm trying to tell you. I saw him fall. I'm watching it with somebody. They looking at that shit like I know he not about to go retry it, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. He's
They're like something
I
wrong
mean,
with this
he
nigga.
explains it in some of his interviews. Like he's risked his life a few times
Oh, he
to
ain't
get
got
the
to
tricks
tell
that
you.
he,
I see.
and it's like, fuck, dude, like
I mean,
that's
ain't
just
he hurt right now, huh?
Yeah.
yeah, he is hurt.
Yeah, he recovered.
Oh, you know what I like though? I like that Tyshawn went back and got that motherfucking picnic table. Niggas was tripping about talking about he
Yeah,
went off
yeah.
on the
Switch
Oh, the
side.
ollies.
switch
Oh
ollie.
I
yeah,
like that he
yeah.
went back and got that motherfucker
Yeah, that
though.
was hard.
Yeah, bro. I mean, shit.
I
He
can't
had
Nah,
the leg
Niggas
believe
crush
that
gotta
he
coming
went
and
clown
and
on
did
bitch.
him. He
that.
said, "I'm gonna show y'all real quick. I'm gonna go to
That was
my
a flex. Yeah,
place."
he's like, yo, y'all
Bro,
questioning me? I'll do it again.
how that man? How he get so much pop like that?
Dog,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
fucked
know,
up.
dog. That nigga should be in the NBA. No
Dog, I
That's
was
some
about to
for
tell you.
athlete shit
real.
right
I
there.
was about to tell you. If you watch before he popped, that nigga look like he about to dunk that bitch.
Not
He
for
look like
real.
he look
He's
like he
slam
just
dunk
grabbed.
champion.
Exactly.
For real.
He about
I'm
For
to
real.
dunk
jealous.
that bitch.
I'm jealous of that, man. I want that
He,
pop.
rem-
Yeah, he
he
got
remind me
Tori,
of.
you got pop too.
I'm about to
Yeah,
say
Tori,
this
you got
nigga
that pop.
tripping. I'm about to
Yeah.
say.
Talk about I want that pop. Come on, man.
That's what I'm
Yo, but
saying.
but when I watched Tyshawn's part though, and like he blew my mind in that part, but when he did that nose blunt on that brick ledge in New York going the
Oh
wrong
yeah, no,
way,
that
Oh,
was
going
I
crazy.
was
up that
like,
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
Oh,
like,
you
yeah.
going
I was
up?
like,
That was crazy.
start the
Yeah,
goddamn
that
video
was
over.
OD.
Oh yeah, pyramid ledges. Pyramid
You
ledges.
can't
Yeah,
do
that
Yeah,
shit
that
crazy.
shit.
Yeah.
yeah, nah,
Impossible.
that
It's
shit crazy.
impossible pop. He's got impossible pop.
That's what I'm saying.
Impossible.
It's like either or. You go with the
The man is
But
impossible.
raw
I was gonna
rail
say we
shit, or you
also
go with like technique and pop. Like it's like two different like it's like R&B and rap. Like it's like
we
fuck.
also gotta give flowers to Louis though. Louis Lopez did his shit this
Oh
year.
my
Yeah,
Louis
first
God,
Lopez
had
was
Oh
that.
good.
yeah,
Yeah,
with
for
the
real.
freak, we can't. Yeah,
That's
you
that
can't
was
forget
my
about.
that was my
Can't
choice
forget
right
about
there.
that.
I
Louis,
mean,
Oh
2
yeah.
Louis,
years in a row.
Louis broke out. This was Louis. That shit. He really broke out for real. For real. I fuck with his
Nah,
shit
he
this year.
did. He
Yep.
did.
And then
One
Yeah,
I'm
out.
Louis
surprised
consistent
P
though. He's
Funk part.
consistently putting
The
Nah,
funk
that
part
type of
is
parts
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
absolutely
for real.
stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
too
fuck
hard
it.
to
Yeah.
judge.
Yeah.
It's too
yeah.
hard to judge. I feel like.
nah.
Louis is
He
probably one
Overall,
of my
I
Louis
like
had
favorite
the
how
best
skateboarders to
funk
production.
watch.
goes.
Yeah.
Like filming spots, like song editing. Louis definitely had the best production. Like that shit was like an
Yeah,
album.
yeah, he had
Yeah,
the best production.
I kind of was I think it was like one or two, like I think there was a little one of the songs on Niger's. I thought he could have did a better song on there.
Mm-hmm.
Not the movie,
Yeah.
right? It was
That
what
shit was
song was
kind of.
Bro,
that?
hold on. Which
The
song? Which
music,
song?
the
I'm curious. Which song?
no
What song
kizzy,
was it,
bro.
brother?
The
Like I
music is
like you said, yo, like you was just saying just now, you was saying how all that's important, like you know what I mean, like your music and all
Yeah, yeah. The production of it.
so exactly. So when I was watching it, trust me, I understood the I love that bitch came on with the everyday I'm hustling because I know he's speaking back to the you know what I mean to those who saying
Right,
whatever.
right, right, right.
But then after that he lost me.
Yeah.
He lost me after that.
Yo, for real.
Oh fuck.
This shit is comedy.
The what was it? The some
hey, that
techno or
music shit is
some shit. What was
important,
that?
boy. That music shit that shit is important. That's just as important as his tricks.
That's
That's
what
Yeah,
gives
no
you
cap.
shelf
it's
life, man.
very, especially when you're him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more magnified. You know what I mean?
Real
Facts.
shit.
Because just for the simple fact that I know for a fact that it's important that he's able to get those big songs cleared like that. So I know
Hmm.
I know that matters and shit. So with that in mind, I'll make sure that I'm getting the right song cleared. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I talked to
Yeah.
Ant told me that like with the whole project, like he fully just did everything Nigel wanted. Like he didn't really have create like he just did like all the songs, everything, like that whole thing was Nigel. Like he wanted those songs. So Ant was like, yeah, like I just did, his vision. Like I didn't, I just edited for him, but he was like, I fully just went with what he wanted me to do.
Now I fuck with I love the everyday I'm hustling, and I think the one I think I actually really like the song from not the big not the main part. What's the little the shorter part he put out?
The
Not
The
one
one
that
even
Ty
before.
Evans,
Shine
did?
On. I
Oh
think
The
it's
yeah.
Ty
called
Evans one?
Yeah.
Shine
Mm-hmm.
On.
They filming
Yeah.
that shit like body cams and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I like
said the
that one.
body cam.
It's like one where he start off like across the camera look like it's filming him from across the street or some shit.
Yup,
Yeah.
yup.
Yeah, downtown.
Yeah.
No, he went crazy in that one too. Nah, he went crazy overall.
Shit, every
But
part
you could
crazy.
tell like Nigel, like, yeah, he ain't thinking about like he ain't in there thinking about the production and shit. He like,
Who
man,
you
look, I'm just about to go do this gnarly ass shit, and you make sure this motherfucking shit documented.
you know who shit always right though? I can't front. Supreme shit always right, bro. I can't front.
For
Yeah,
sure. That's why
yeah,
Tyshawn won.
Bro,
That's
yeah.
why he
That
won because he
their
got the
music
quick
they shit go
eye.
right every time.
Every time, bro.
and they do it a lot
No
too, man.
cap.
It ain't just
Mhm.
once every 5 years, dude. They on it.
Hey, shout out William Strobel,
Nah, he not
he be
on it.
doing his shit.
Yeah, he
Hey,
not
but
there.
you know
I
what
didn't.
though? Like with all these skaters, like skater of the year, it's not something that you could go get. It's something that's got to go get you. You know,
Facts,
like
Ah,
you can't
facts.
get
Mm-hmm.
skater of the year. Like skater of the year gets you, man. It's like a cover. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You can't get covers. Covers get you.
covers got a call exactly.
Facts.
Facts.
So like,
Nah, that's so true.
it is what it is, man. But Nigel's a real G. Like
yeah.
Oh yeah,
he
I fuck
knows,
with
man. I
everything
mean,
Nigel did this year, bro. Like every part
he
never fails to disappoint. I
he's
think
No,
we
hell
could
no.
all
it's
that's something we could all
inspiring.
agree
Bro,
on,
it's
man.
top notch show.
Those parts he put out this year is absolute. That last one was just banana. That's why I
Yeah.
asked you. I was like, do you think he could even, like,
Top that bitch.
yeah,
You
Yeah,
know
that
what's
Nah,
crazy
he
is
could.
It's gonna
he
get
he
hard
put
for him.
that
He
He,
could.
he
He's
put
fucking
another part
crazy,
out,
bro.
like that little mini part after he
that's what I
lost.
was talking
So
about. Yeah, that one. That one's stupid too. I think it's
he
called
grinded
Shine
that.
On
It's
or
like there was
something
like
like that.
16ths in that.
oh
I
yeah,
mean,
it's
man,
too,
it's
too
it's
easy for
just
them
gonna
boys.
keep getting harder for all this, man. I mean, Scheffler knows we've been doing this for so long. Like,
Right.
Bro,
the longer you've been doing this, the harder it gets for you to do it, or at least like, if you want to continue to maintain your progression level, because once
Man,
you start moving backwards, people start seeing that shit, man, and
exactly.
yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I talked
then they
to
start hating.
the people, bro.
Yeah.
The people who got that mentality in my head. I'm like, I love the quality over quantity type of thing. Like I remember I was talking to a guy a couple years ago, and he was like, bro, all this stuff coming out, bro, it's like too much, nothing special anymore. And that's like one thing I keep in mind, like when filming parts too. It's like drop quality. You could drop a
Mm-hmm.
fucked up part like Krell Tap. Krell Tap was like my shit. They would take years on videos, but then drop that video, and that shit could be redropped every 10 years, and that shit still like, you know what I mean? Like it's about
it still
quality,
holds its
bro.
like its character and its
Yeah.
relevant.
And
Facts.
Well,
that
do you?
way, you save yourself time too, because if you set that time, like you give yourself time to work, you know what I mean, and keep up with that shit. Because if you drop in like 5 parts a year, like Tori said, you start moving backwards, bro. Because
Exactly.
you like like
Yeah,
that shit.
selection is staying grown.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Well,
produce
and
too much.
it's crazy right now too. Like I feel like with social media and with skateboarding being in this completely like immersed atmosphere, like these kids are going out getting gnarly tricks and they're posting them that day.
Right
Where
there.
like
Right
the
there.
beauty of
In
like
real
actually
time.
putting,
That shit,
yeah,
that's
Some
like
weird
crazy.
ass
like putting
stuff.
a part together is kind of like I don't know. That's like I'll be pro. I'll be pro for 20 years.
That's crazy.
Actually, like today's like 20 years of being a pro skateboarder. You know, and
Damn,
like I've
congrats,
seen.
congrats,
Hey,
congrats.
It's
Yeah,
crazy, right?
congrats.
It's crazy. But
2
like filming a
decades.
video part is kind of gnarly because I'm like I'm holding on to these tricks and like it's been 2 years that I've been working on this Red Bull part, and you know I'm just like hoping and praying that like I don't see a random kid doing the trick that I
same
like
trick, exactly.
broke myself off to get, you know.
Yeah,
But I
Yeah.
mean that's where skateboarding's at, man. There's so many incredible. I've never seen the talent pool in skateboarding like it is right now. Like I'm
it's
glad
just
I'm
continue.
this
It's like
age
manufacturing every day. There's always
for
something being
sure.
They're
posted.
being
I'm
built.
so glad I'm not an amateur trying to like build my way through skateboarding right now.
Oh yeah,
I
you'd be
couldn't. I
suffering
couldn't. I
right
couldn't
now.
tell you.
No, I don't want to be there. Like
Nah,
I
it,
couldn't
I'm
tell
it
you how
all
many times
depends. It
I've
all
woken up and
depends
I
though.
say,
It all
"Little
depends
Timmy
though. Like,
didn't go grind a
like
34 rail,
yep.
100
I feel
million
like
likes."
so
Like,
many people got like they like everybody kind of got their own lane now, and it's kind of like music to where it's like, okay, you know a SoundCloud rapper when you see one, and you know a nigga that's trying to work on an album when you see one. It's the same thing with skating, like you know what I'm
Facts.
Then
saying?
you
You
know
Yeah,
it.
know,
cause,
like, oh,
cause,
he's a real street skater. Like, I'm gonna respect him
Yeah.
a certain way versus a nigga
well,
who
cause,
just popping tricks on the gram just every other day. Like, we see
yeah,
it.
cause,
Like, you know, like we know, like, oh yeah, we know
Yep.
It's a
he up
different
to
type of
that, he
texture
up
to
to
that
that.
shit.
Like, it's
And
yeah,
kind
then
of the same
You
and
know
shit.
a TikToker when you
and
see a TikToker.
But
and then
that's
too,
why,
you
like,
got the
for like
homies
someone
too.
like a Shex or a T-Pud or Deshaun, if y'all was to drop a part or even killing, like, if y'all or Theotis, fuck yeah, all you motherfuckers in here, all the greats. But now, if y'all was to drop a part, it'll be like an album. People be waiting. People be like, oh,
Oh,
okay, we know
fuck
that's
it.
gonna be fire. Versus a little young
Mm-hmm.
kid, you don't know. It's just so random and instant all the time. You like, oh, it could be a hit today and a fucking flop tomorrow. Like,
Right, it's gonna
the
And
go
you
funny
really,
thing
and
really quick.
I
it's
get
crazy
this.
because a lot of the oh my bad, go ahead, T.
No, I was gonna say it's funny, man. I get this like a lot right now, and I'm sure like, I mean, I feel the same way sometimes, but I understand it. You know, when I'm like waiting for someone's album to drop, but like, man, like my part came out, and people are like, "Damn, T Pud, you still got it," and I'm like, I always had it.
Damn.
I just been working on my shit for the last 5 years. Like I ain't
He's
gonna let you
always
see my
had it.
shit. Like I'm stacking my footy bank. I've been here the whole damn time getting broke off working
I
on
know
this shit.
exactly what you're
Right,
talking
they
Still
about.
always say you
still
got it.
got it. Like always had it. Never left, you know? And like
No cap.
I love that though. I like you know when you keep it in the oven and you cook because then when you drop
yeah.
that shit, you drop a bomb on niggas like you be
Yeah, that's what you
like
were
you know what I
saying
mean
about
like
that's yeah about not. That's what you mean by not dropping a million of them bitches a year. That's exactly what
yeah
you mean. So they know that
Unless
you actually
unless
cook that bitch up.
Yep.
got
exactly
it
because
like
it's
that.
special. It's special, bro. Like bro, like I swear, bro, my favorite. I love Curl Tap, bro, because I swear, bro, they would take years to film a part, but when that part came out, bro, you got like not only did it hook you emotionally, but that shit just like intrigued you, bro. It was like just
Yeah.
greatness, like from the music to the trick selection, everything was just such like a
It's
structured thought
special.
instead of just like, oh, this year I filmed 3 minutes, boom, 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 and then shit throw it out, and then now like you like and then you frowning upon shit that like should probably be processed different, but because it just was like kind of thrown out and there was no real structure, you kind of like, oh, like,
facts.
you know, where's the next one at? You know, it's like you got to keep niggas like on their toes, bruh.
No, for sure. I think the only
You
two
gotta
people to
work
kind of do
harder.
that in skating is I would say probably Jocelyn and Ashad to be able to drop. Like there was a time when Jocelyn was going fucking berserk, or there
And
was a time when
dropping,
Yeah.
Ashad was going
yeah,
berserk, and
yeah.
you wanted to see every last bit
Yeah,
of it. You like, bro, I gotta soak this up.
yeah. But I
Pause.
think it was one person. You know what's crazy though? Because I think, and it was with Kane when Kane was getting Nike checks. Me and him roomed together, and
Yep.
he was telling me that like he was talking to Chris, and like Chris had told him like that, like yo, like that, like I like damn, like that's where he admitted he fucked up. Is like he's like fuck, like you know that's all people expect from me now is to go crazy. And I remember when Kane
Right.
told me that, I was like, this was a couple years ago. I was like, fuck, like that shit is real. Like that's a real feeling. Like you know, like when you have
Yeah,
that pressure, like so that's why I say, man, it's like, and obviously it's a hit or miss. Some people can get away with it, but it's like, bro, like now that I just like, you know, I get
that's
like,
exactly the same. That's exactly the same pressure that a nigga that I get when Mac called me and tell me, Mac text me a song and say, yeah, this is a such and such feature. This is a feature
mhm,
such and such. I already know for a fact that that person is not expecting me to fall in line with the song or whatever the
mhm,
idea. They expecting me to blow that bitch up.
You
You know what
always
I mean?
Exactly.
And so
bro always go
I know
last for a
know what
reason.
those expectations are like. Trust me.
Facts.
Yep. Yep.
Well, shit, we on here. So Phil, man,
Yeah,
start it
you want to
off,
get into
man.
this? So yeah, man. I mean, the whole idea behind the board and the design is just something that I just thought of one day, and with the holidays approaching, there was no better time to do it. Um, and at first I talked to Keelan about it. Tori Spanish, like, what do you guys think about this? Like, and this is before any of the boards were printed, and it was just kind of like, yeah, that'd be sick. And I'm like, all right, so I was able to get the graphic design made,
I
and
was
then
more like, dude, that'd be fucking sick.
yeah, like
Oh God,
I
that
actually
shit has some pressure.
I
Nah,
called
that
Tori
was
because
abs-
I know Tori does distributions out of Thank You Skateco, and he has a board press machine. And I'm like, yo, dude, what do you think about this graphic? Like, I know we have what was it, like November 31st, I think, around
Yeah,
that time,
it's like the
some shit.
top
I
December.
called Tori and sent him the graphic, and he fucking was stoked on it. I was like, what do you think about this? Like, do you think this is cool? Like, do you think he'll like this? And Tori went nuts.
I liked it. He hit the nail on the head, man.
Yeah, and I was stoked. I was like, let's do it. Let's fucking execute. And when I seen the boards in person for the first time, it was a bit emotional because I was like, wow, this actually came out better than I
What? It
thought.
was beyond emotional for me, boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
nice.
but yeah, we printed 75 boards, and I got some to all the homies who were a part of that. And here we are. It
That
was just
was
something that I never expected for it to happen. And I wanted to present this to Wayne in a way that he will remember forever because I mean,
I will never fucking forget it. Trust
yeah,
me.
man.
The way y'all had it set up was so ill too, because when I got there, I got you had already hit me and said you was like, yeah, Tori just got here, we skating around and shit. So when I got there, I thought I was like, man, maybe I'm a little too late. I don't see Tori in here, and then the you know what I mean? The homies was filming and skating, and then the homie was like, "Hey, yo, Toon, come see how we did we adjusted the the barrier." I'm walking up to it, and I'm looking at it like I don't really see no adjustment, but like maybe
It's
when I
like this
get
bitch
there,
live.
So Wayne's
I
like,
was
what the fuck? Like, what y'all do?
exactly like, when he pulled the board out, and that shit was absolutely amazing, man. So trust me, they got people who don't even there's people who don't even know how to, you know what I mean? They don't even know they don't know what a skateboard does. They saw just the look on my face. There's people that's within my family, within my friends, within my industry that they just the first thing they say is like, man, the smile on your face, man. They're like the look on your face. They're like, congratulations. I don't even know what I'm congratulating you for, but it's like congratulations. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
look.
so.
They like
I couldn't
whatever
say
it
that.
is, man. Congratulations, man. You look very happy. I'm like, man, you don't understand they don't know. You know what I mean? I'm like, it ain't about I ain't trying to make them understand, but like those people who was there that night, they understand what 4 surgeries and all. They understand that. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Oh yeah, I
Facts.
mean, 10 years of skating, bro. Like I remember
Man,
seeing you first coming around skating, just learning and just always just soaking up so much game. Whatever any of us would be like, yo, Wayne, do this or try this, and you just studied, bro. You just studied the industry. I just knew that as soon as when I met Yo Yo and saw you skating, I was like, oh, he's gonna do this forever. And then 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and you'd always text me like, yo, look at this new clip I got or this and that. I'm like, bro, you're going crazy, bro. And the
I,
crazy part is you don't have to do any of this. So
for real.
like
Facts.
the fact that you do
Facts.
this shows that you love it just as
Mhm.
every single person in here. And like and that's just the appreciation that's why you deserve the board. And like I don't know, like it just made sense. And the timing and the way we did it. And like yeah, bro, it just made sense, bro. You've been doing this way too long. Like you need your flowers like while you're here. Like
Appreciate that.
Yes,
I
sir.
you
know.
know
Yeah, yeah, like
you love
Shout out.
skating and we love skating. We love seeing you skate. And like even send you clips. And like when I talk to people, they're like, oh man, like I'm like, Wayne is fucking cool, bro. There's like you don't understand. I'm like, when you skate with Wayne, it's a whole different vibe. And then I remember
Yeah.
talking to Ty Dolla $ign the day before, and I was like, yo, you don't understand. Like when I get around people, I'm like, y'all be on that music shit, but when you see skate Wayne, it's different.
Yeah.
That shit is
Yo,
different.
I
Like a
brought
little
that boy
kid.
to the sesh. I brought that boy to the sesh. That boy, I already knew it wasn't gonna be 5 minutes. That boy pulled me
Lord.
to. That boy was like, "Damn, you really be skating, huh, little bro?"
Bro,
He was trying
hey,
to work.
hey,
For real.
Hey, I was at the studio and he FaceTimed me. Yo, where you at? I was like, I'm at the studio. He was like, yo, I'm going to the park. Wayne want to skate. And I got there. We all got there before he did. And
Yeah,
I remember you asked me. You was like, do he be skating? Like he sent me a picture. Like where you at? So I'm like, like I skate. Like do
yeah,
you skate? And he
exactly.
got
Yeah,
there. Yeah,
I
he got
stayed,
there.
Like,
bro. I be having to tell niggas all
Oh,
the
that's
time. They be want, they be
comedy.
like, "Yo," I be like, "I'm going to a skate park tonight." They be like, "Yeah, what's the address? I'm gonna pull up." I be like, like I skate for real. Like,
Like, bro, you ain't coming.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
like
are not pulling up.
it's not about to be a, you know what I mean? We not about to
I ain't
just.
finna sit there and roll around with you. I'm gonna be over here doing shit.
I'm about to be trying. I'm about to be trying something for real. It's about to go down. And that. But Ty, he was like, as soon as he got there, he was like, "Shit, you go hard." But he hurt himself recently.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
seen
I
that.
was there. I was there.
You was there.
Yeah, in the video, that's me. I run up to
Yeah,
like
that's
help
That's
you
him
you
get
who
helping
run
off.
up
him.
to him.
Oh
Yeah,
Yeah, that shit
shit.
crazy.
Ah, that boy hit the back of his head so fucking hard.
bro, it was a
Was
scary,
that
bro.
his
It was a
first drop
scary.
in?
Bro, so I tell him every time we skate, I'm like, like we like we're gonna get there, and like I walk him through the motions of dropping in on the bank, so he gets his balance. And that day, it's so funny because we joked about it, I tell him because that day he was just doing shit he never do. So I was like, oh, you moving different today. And we played, man, we played pool. And he was like, bro, he was feeling good after the game of pool because he played for some bread. And it was me and Bo, his security guard. And I had already skated to the other side of the park. I'm on the pyramid, right?
Yeah,
Like looking at him. And I see him set his board up, and he normally like pick his board up like he just playing,
yeah.
But this time he was there for like longer than normal, so I'm like, oh, he really contemplating doing this shit. So before I could fix my lips to tell him like, yo, you've been up there too long, like he just leaned in, bro, went
Ooh.
for it, and it happened so fast, bro.
Oh,
Like
That shit took
bro,
him.
I couldn't believe it, bro. And then like we knew he was out because like he was out for a couple of seconds, and then he
Oh.
woke up and he walked to the other side of the
He woke
park.
up.
But we knew he was out because he kept asking like what happened over and over again.
Oh.
Me and
Damn.
Bo was like, yeah, you can't drive, bro. So Bo took him to the hospital and he left his whip at Paul's. And then I was checking on him when he was at the hospital, and Bo was like, yeah, the doctors cleared him and he ran out of here and he still went and did a show. And then I met up with him at Boosie's later, and he was good. But then,
whoa.
after Boosie's, he was like, I think the headache came back in. But I was like, bro, I told Ty, I said same shit, like how Mike was giving you your flowers for just like your sacrifices and the time you put in and just like your love, like for actually the culture and just the life of skateboarding in general. I was like, bro, like you did that, bro. Like the fact that you got up and then when I FaceTime you the next day, like you was like, yo, like that shit just made me want to do it. I'm like, bro, like you a real skater now. Like you
oh
really
God,
just
that's what I said.
like you really like did that
That
shit,
was his
woke up and yo,
initiation.
For real.
exactly, bro.
I
I
I
got
said
the
like
rap.
after we left the park, I was like, wow, because that quarter pipe is kind of steep. That's why he slipped
Yeah.
out like that. I was like, sheesh.
That reminds me of the
bro.
time when, Tune, you remember when you had that accident and I think you busted the side of your head and then
Yeah.
you had a show the next day? You
Yeah.
said you felt the sweat burning that shit?
I had to fucking I had to tell the crowd. I had to. So ever since from that day on, I had to remind the crowd every night before the show. I had to remind the crowd that I will start bleeding over my left eye at some point in the show. Do not worry about it. Keep partying. Like
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
why.
the crowd will be pointing. They'll be pointing like, "Oh my, you're bleeding, you're bleeding." And I'm like, "Look, we already know. Let's get it."
Yeah, we ain't stopped. We ain't stopped.
They don't know what the fuck is going on.
Bro, I think that's the difference though, especially in skateboarding, is that first major injury.
Yeah,
The
Mm-hmm.
first major injury tells you everything about a skateboarder, period. It's like,
Determines
are you
everything.
gonna for sure, are you gonna come back and get pissed off that you got hurt and like actually go back and get it? Or is like that the defining moment where you're like, nah, skating's not for me? And like, dude, you see it happen all the time, especially with kids, like adults, anybody, like I think, Wayne, that's why, like, I'm super pumped for you to get this board, dude, and you absolutely deserve it.
Like,
Sure.
You're obsessed with skateboarding, man, and that's all
beyond.
we care about. The people in this group, the people that love skateboarding and been doing
Yes.
it their whole lives, that we don't care about really anything else except
I
for,
already know.
are you obsessed with skateboarding like
That's
we
it.
are? And if you are, then you're in.
I already
Simple
know.
as that.
Facts.
You gotta understand. Like my answer is always the same. I'm quite sure y'all can imagine. I got homies and friends that literally don't get why I do this. You know what I mean? They literally, you know what I mean? They just totally, to them, they just, why, bro? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? And so my answer is the same every time, and my answer is always, it's a lifestyle. It's not like
Yeah.
it's not something that I'm doing. You know what I mean? So when they ask me, they're like, why do you do this? I'm like, when you asking me why do I do that, that's like asking me why do I brush my teeth in the morning. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like that's it's like it's
Part of the
no like
process.
you, and like it's something you have to. I'm like, once you in it, it's a lifestyle. It's not a sport. It's not a hobby. I'm like, it's a lifestyle, plain and simple. I was like, first of all,
Yep.
what I got from it, what drew me into it was the camaraderie. That's on
Mm-hmm.
God. The camaraderie. What I mean by that is, I remember just being able to go to a public park with Adam Z. Rest in peace, Adam Z. Yo, no. I
Yep.
remember being able to
RIP.
go to a public park and, bro, I would say the same story to everybody. Like, bro, I could just skate in a straight line without falling, and everybody in the park would fucking celebrate like I fucking just did 3 kickflips off the. You know what I mean? And that celebration is genuine. They not. I'm like, they not celebrating because I'm Lil Wayne. They
Right.
celebrating because they seeing progress.
Yep.
Like because they seeing
Yes,
that I
sir.
just tried to do whatever I'm trying to do. I just tried that shit 50 times and didn't get it. But on the 51st time try, I got it. They've been there the whole time and they just celebrating. They happy.
That's
Yeah.
Like you
real.
gotta understand in the industry that I'm in, you don't get all them props. Like
Right.
you know what I mean? Niggas ain't about to be telling unless you a nigga named Lil Wayne. Nigga, other than that, niggas ain't
No
niggas ain't
cap.
about to be coming up to you talking about you the GOAT and all that shit. Niggas ain't about to be
Niggas
doing
ain't
that.
getting that type of love.
No
Yeah.
kizzy, man.
No
No, that's
cap.
real.
You gotta be, and that you just gotta be. I'm a nice guy. I'm a good guy. You gotta have all that goes with it to get that type of props in my world. But when I tell a nigga every time, like, bro, that shit is a. I'm like, and I'm like, they live it. I'm like, I'm like, we live. Niggas is so willing to help. So
Yeah, it's a big
people,
support system.
niggas don't understand that. Like I started skating because of help. I never, you know what I mean? I never picked up the board by myself and figured nothing out. You know what I mean? I watched the shit on TV. I watched little Alex Midler on
Yeah.
TV. Shout out Alex. He hit me up talking about let's sesh. I watched him on TV going hard as a kid. I called my homie Jay and was like, hey, I want a ramp on my roof. I ain't know what skating was. I thought skating was, what Tony Hawk and Shaun White was doing.
Fact.
Even though I'm watching Alex every day, street skate every day, I'm still thinking that I need a ramp. So I called a homie. As he's coming to the house every day building the ramp, he literally looked to the left one day and he saw me on the board. He like, you just playing, right? I'm like, what you mean? Like, you look like you can't skate. I'm like, I can't skate. He like, what you? He like, you
What
know how
you
much you
mean?
paying? You know what I mean? He
Nigga
like,
got
he like,
pressed
It's day
quick.
one.
he like, you know how much you paying me to put this ramp up here? I'm, I'm like, hell yeah, I know. I'm like, he like, man. So he took it upon himself. That's what I mean about how willing niggas is to help. He took it upon himself to start coming an hour earlier every day just to teach me how to just teach me how to skate. So he'll make me put on every helmet, every pads, whatever, and he'll push me into the ramp from off the top of the bank and push me into in like 25 ways. And he would always tell me, I need to teach you how to fall before I teach you how
Mm-hmm.
to skate. And something he would always remind me was that I'm gonna probably push you over 2,500 ways. You're gonna probably fall over 25,000 ways. But I want you to understand something. When you skate and when you fall, you won't fall not one of these ways.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Yeah.
like, and he would ask, so you still want to skate? you
You still-
know what I mean? And so as
Still on
I'm watching,
skate.
I would be watching Alex and watching the show, and I would see something new. And I'll be like, hey, bro, I just saw they got like a pool, like a circle thing. I need that. He was like, I could build. He's like, you talking about a bowl? And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Okay, cool. So he
Whatever it's
built me a
called.
bowl. Then I'm like, hey, bro, I want to jump off of stairs and shit. And he like, I think I could build you a street section over there. And so with that said, that's how I learned how to do. That's how I learned how to skate vert, tranny, and street because I just didn't know what the fuck it was. I thought it all went
Same
together.
thing.
And
Yeah.
so that's how I learned that. So with that said,
Yeah.
going back on the point about willing to help, I Googled, right? I Googled some shit like how to do something on a skateboard. Adam Z pops up. Adam Z, that's my homie from New York. He's passed now, but he was on just on this way before like Instagram and all that shit. So what I mean by
Yeah.
that is he was just doing this shit on YouTube for the benefit of helping someone he doesn't know. You know what I mean? He wasn't getting
That's
paid to
Mm-hmm.
do
deep.
this shit. He wasn't doing this shit for followers. He was literally just on that motherfucker like, this is how you do a kickflip. This is how you do an ollie. This is, you know what I mean? So we get in touch. I'm like, man, I tell Mac, and I'm like, we got to get in touch with that dude and see if he got time to come to Miami and help me. We get in touch with him. He like, shit, I'm willing to come whenever. We moved that boy to Miami.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We moved him
Facts.
to Miami, and he literally dedicated himself every day to teaching me how to fucking skate, man. And that man, that was an amazing dude. Yo can attest to that. That
Mhm.
was
Yep.
an
Taught
amazing,
me so
amazing.
much as well.
Like he was an amazing man, amazing guy, and he passed to cancer recently. But he'll never die in my heart, Yo heart, and everybody else
Nope.
in touch. Amazing
Facts.
guy.
Amen.
And
Man, I'm
Adam Z was a
that just goes to
fucking
speak.
G.
That just speaks to how helpful that's the world that world is. He had like you guys say, I didn't have to do this. He damn sure didn't have to do that.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Yeah,
Man,
that's how it
Facts.
is. Like when you see
go
like
ahead, Kate.
a new skater, you help them, and that's like pretty much like with this whole situation. Like when Phil presented the whole idea and the project, it that shit really made me think like, damn, how's this gonna be perceived? But also like for me, as like a skateboarder and that's been around for like some time, it's like, yo, this shit is pretty cool because I support it, like genuinely, because I can see your dedication and like everybody said here is like you really don't have to do this at all. But it's like you have so much passion. So like now that we're here, it's like we really appreciate you. So that's why everybody is here to support this, and the world needs to know why. And here is this support system as like all the pro skaters and the pro skaters in the game is like it's official.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part right
this,
there is amazing. That part is
yeah,
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah,
feeling,
Wayne.
man. Oh yeah, my bad. Oh, go ahead, TT. Go ahead, TT.
Yeah, Wayne, as your little bro, I remember. So we go back since 2012.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to homie Derek Jackson. Put together the whole Do Weezy campaign.
South by Southwest.
Yeah.
Yup, he was there. Whole Mountain Dew squad. So I just remember, yeah, we been out there South by Southwest. Remember there was like, yo, Wayne is pulling up. Y'all get to meet, bro. And everybody was hype key, Boo Junk, everybody. So
Yeah,
I
Pete.
remember when bro got out the van, I don't know who else from the camp was there, but they were so quick to put the camera on you, and you weren't feeling that, and the homies wasn't feeling that. So y'all got in and y'all left, and then Mountain Dew was tripping. It was like, damn, I think we fucked up. I'm like, well, yeah, y'all gotta wait for the man, let the man breathe. You feel me, yo? Let him do his thing first. So with that being said, you came back, and then we finally got to meet you. Then I think months later we went to New Orleans. That's when I met Yo for that little skate
Yeah.
park you had out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
yep.
Key was there, everybody was there, and then forward to that, we did that CCS summer cover. The little catalog was me,
Yeah.
Tor, P
Shane.
Rod on there, and Shane O'Neill, and yourself. And that just
Man.
goes back to bro, like you said, like everybody in this motherfucker love you. You know what it is with your little bro.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man, just from like
100.
staying at the skate
You
park,
you know what the
learning tricks.
You know
Go
what the
ahead, brother.
problem was? You know what the problem was with the so what happened was with the camera. You know what happened?
What happened?
So y'all gonna be able to y'all gonna already know that the respect is when I tell you what happened. I got pissed off at them because I'm like bro, I told y'all that's not what it's about with these folks. I mean,
Yeah.
I was so pissed off that they tried to make it like I'm a star. You know what I mean? Like that I'm a big star and I'm coming. That's why we left. I literally left. I was like, that's not what it's about with them,
Right.
man. I'm like, I'm like those guys. They respect you like family. I was like, and I'm not pulling up to my mama house and everybody breaking out cameras.
Right.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
Yeah,
real.
mean?
facts,
Right.
You know what I mean?
facts.
I'm like, I'm like, so if we gonna, I'm like, so when I do this, understand that I'm one of them.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not about to break that camera out and put it in their face, don't put that
Don't put
motherfucker in
that
my
shit in my
face.
face. I heard that.
Exactly. You know
Man,
what I mean? So that's literally what I remember. That's literally what that was about, man.
yeah, bro. That
I've
stuff.
had situations like that with I had a shoe deal with Supra.
I
You
remember.
remember
Mm-hmm.
Supra?
Yep, I
I
remember
had
them
a shoe
days.
deal
Yep.
with them. Bro, I told them folks, so I was like, man, I want to, like, I'm only with you. I'm on a skate shoe. They want to fucking go against whatever the hottest shoe was out the time, but it wasn't a skate shoe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That messed up our situation because I'm like, brother, I'm one of
Yeah,
them. I'm not, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm not Lil Wayne dipping into their world. No, that's not what it is. But
Oh God.
you do know who I have to rub the pro affiliate. I have to rub it in one person's face.
Who
I
that?
have to. What's that nigga name? Gary? What's
Oh,
that
Roger.
nigga?
Oh,
What's
okay,
that
Roger.
nigga name? What's that nigga name?
I already know that nigga name.
That
Gary
nigga
Scaling?
skate line.
Gary.
That
Yeah,
nigga.
skate line.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey, nigga,
Yeah.
bro, nigga, what's good, nigga?
Let's
Hey, what's
go.
good, nigga?
Talk your
Hey,
shit.
Let's
What's
go.
good? Tune in, man.
hey, what's up, nigga? I already know I'm gonna be on the next episode of Skate Line. I know it's actually Hate Line, but I
Let's
already
go.
know. You know what I mean?
Talk that
I,
shit.
I already know he go at me. He go at me. Ask Yo Yo though, for real though. Ask Yo Yo and ask Yo Yo. Shout out my man Ricky too. Shout out my man Ricky. Ask Yo Yo. Ask Ricky. Ask Phil. That was a time where that boy said some things about me that stuck with me at one time, and it was people like Yo Yo, people like Phil, people like Rick, people like Spanish, just the homies. Period. Told people like y'all. Period. That, but I really had one-on-ones with people like Phil and Yo Yo about this. Like I really was contemplating, like, man, you know what I mean. It got into my mind that, man, what the fuck is you doing this for? Like, man, go work on some music, go do it, go make some millions, go do this, go do that. I'm like, this nigga, and I remember I talked to Yo Yo. I'm like, bro, I'm like, I'm like, is that the overall feeling about me with the skating shit? Because the way that, homie, I make it like, man, what the fuck is you skating for? You know what I mean? That was that,
Mm-hmm.
and Yo Yo had to tell me, and I mean, I think it was Yo Yo or Rick or somebody. You know who I think it might even been Alex, bro. Somebody who kind of know him a little better. They was
Yeah.
like, nah, he actually really like he fucks with you. He fucks with you. He just be trying to be funny. I'm like, I don't know. I
No,
I
no,
don't
ain't
know.
fucking with it.
it,
Don't do that to me.
at the
I ain't
park.
laugh. It
Yeah, no,
wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That shit wasn't a joke.
I'm like, I ain't laugh. So I'm like, I already know that I'm out here really busting my ass. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm out here really busting my ass. I really got skate parks, nigga. Like, I don't know what the fuck he
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, nigga,
So
really
Oh
that's
really
God.
love it.
I had to talk to people like Yo and people like Phil, and them niggas let me know, like, nah, nigga, fuck what he's saying. Let's get this clip.
Oh
yeah.
No
God.
doubt.
Oh, and then
People, I
I
feel like
oh,
people, especially when it came to you, Wayne, like it just was such a different time because nobody was expecting that. Like, especially a celebrity, a superstar at your level, to do something that's so core and underground and such a lifestyle that it's like, people in skating looking at it. Like, it'd be one thing if you started play soccer, then everybody'd be like, oh, fuck yeah. But,
Yeah,
the skaters, they look at it like, oh, what the fuck? He wants to skate? Like, everybody wants to ask why. But while now that the scene has been gone for so long, over 10 years, and you didn't put
Right.
so many people on like me and fucking other kids from the hood and shit, making it out, giving us opportunity through skating. So it's like, yeah, you gotta give bro his respect because he really do this shit. It's like, what
Oh
I'm saying,
God.
you didn't shown that you really do this shit. And them niggas
bro.
just some
One,
niggas just, yeah, niggas would just be wanting stuff to talk about and just be funny. But like at the end of the day, like we all know and that you a skater. Like,
Yeah,
man,
for real.
one of
like
the
you know,
one of
and it's a oh yeah, go ahead.
one of the
Oh yeah,
main
and
one of the best parts, bro. I just did something recently with Jack Black, and Jack Black was involved. Jack Black, I'm sitting next to him, And he was like, yo, man, I watch you perform in New Zealand. And I'm like, I'm saying to myself, I'm like, damn, New Zealand. I'm like, I'm like, you sure you got the right person? And so that, but this how he was like, yeah, man, you was on stage, and he's like, man, you had a whole fucking skate park on stage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, you had dudes ripping behind you. It's like you stopped performing for at one point, you start ripping. I was like, yeah, you damn sure came to the Lil Wayne show then. Just
Yeah.
that right there alone. That was dope as fuck. This man said I saw you. That's Jack Black, by the way.
For real.
I saw you, MS. I saw you in New Zealand, and you had a whole skate park on stage. You had dudes ripping behind you, and at one moment you stop performing, you start ripping your dance. I'm like, man, that's who I am. That's what it is.
That's crazy.
God,
Nobody would
yeah,
never do that.
exactly.
No one never do
In
that.
New Zealand, nigga.
Yeah, right. Overseas.
And
Yo, were
yeah,
you on
just
that?
New
and just to
Zealand.
put, yeah, just to tag on to like, for everybody like giving your flowers, man. It's like, like it's like a battery of passion just fill up. When I want to give people flowers, bro. And it's like like Yo-Yo was saying, it was a time where nobody was doing that, man. And I remember the very first time I met you. And it's crazy because I actually met Yo-Yo like years ago through the homie Tajay, like, and my homie Christian Henderson, like, when
Mm-hmm.
he was like on the truck fit camp, I was FaceTiming him, we was
Yeah.
talking. I remember the first time I skated with you at the Bear, because when I lived at Bear's crib, and I used to have to go with the homies to open up the park for you. And that feeling is just like stuck with me forever, man. Because the way you was cheering the park for everybody who was skating, the way you was getting mad because you couldn't land the trick, like I really saw that, like that passion was there, man. And like and it's crazy. I was talking to Knock not long ago. I did like a show, like this guesting music, and after Knock said some shit, he said, "Bro, I know that feeling when you're on that stage and everybody wants you to have a board in your hand, but you got a mic." And that kind of, I thought about you when it's like, when everybody see you at that skate park and you got that board in your hand, everybody wants you to have
Yeah, they
that
want to
mic
see
in
the
your hand.
mic.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, you know what I mean? Like, you just like Mike said, it's been years at this shit, man. And it's like, if nobody tells you every day, and that's what everybody in this chat, man, it's like people like that, like you need your flowers because you push a different message that's deeper than rap and that's deeper than skating. It's just like something that you helping people understand that like can't even like think that far. You know what I mean? And it's the same shit I tell Ty. I said, bro, like, nigga, you can get annoyed with me. You can get annoyed with me all you want, nigga. I'm gonna give you your flowers, nigga. As long as I got your number, nigga. Nigga,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna text you, nigga. I'm gonna let you know every time you do some shit that's just like that impactful, bro. And like you as a person, as the conversations we've had, and just like hearing you talk about this shit, to like when I saw the video of you going pro, like that shit, no cap, like did something to my spirit and my heart, bro. Because I just understood like that passion you have, just pushing yourself past the boundaries of injuries and just like getting yourself to really stay in love with it when you have what you do, that's comfort. But you
Yeah.
continuously put yourself out of that comfort zone, man. And like, man, it's a blessing to witness it, be a part of it, man. And just like,
And
I don't know, man,
uh,
it's big ups to you and big
I
love, man. I'm
appreciate
very
that.
blessed for the friendship and just the inspiration, bro. That shit really inspired me for
Thank
real.
you, man. I appreciate that love for real. It take me to a store. I remember when yo no, we was on tour, so the way we would have a whatever city we was in, if that city had an indoor skate park, we would book it for the night.
Yep.
We would have the skate park book and we would have a studio book every night. Whatever
wow.
city we was in on tour. That's how we met Ricky, my other homie who was filming me. We met him in Ohio years before he started filming me.
Yeah. Oh
And so
yeah, yeah. We sure
yeah,
did.
and so I had another story like that. There was a homie that I went to a skate park. I guess this is my second time going. I guess we had hit it up on one of the tours before, so like 3 or 4 years before. So when I get there, there's one guy in there. He's like, "Hey man, can I tell you a story?" I'm like, "What's up?" And so he's like, "Man, you came here 3 or 4 years ago." He knew the exact date. He's like, "You came here 3 years ago." He was like, "You didn't even know what you was doing." And I mean, he was like, "You literally didn't know what you were doing." He was like, "We literally was in here. We were literally in here ready to call 911 at any moment." You know what I mean? He was like, "We was that
What?
scared." You know what I mean? He was like, "We were that scared, man." He was like, I within those 3 or 4 years, I've stopped skating. the guy, he was like, I've stopped skating. I've gotten to something different now. And so the dude is actually known now for doing like daredevil shit. He like climbs like Mount Everest and jumps off and jumps out. Like he does that shit type of shit.
Oh shit,
Skating
like
was
parkour.
Yeah, skating wasn't enough. You know what I mean? He was looking for other
Fucking nigga in
Something
Philly.
that next thrill.
exactly. So when he was like, bro, he was like, when I heard that you was gonna be here tonight, and now mind you already know it's like 3, 4 in the morning. He like, when I heard you was gonna be here tonight, I had to come see it with my own for my own self. So that night, but mind you, that night I done landed a fucking 180 from a gap to a bank. I didn't climb, went up to the highest wall, and I didn't went all the way to the highest. I done did all kind of shit. He like, bro, to see your progress and to see your passion for skating, he was crying, by the way. He was
That's
like,
crazy.
he was like, you have no idea what this does. Like what this does to a person that skates. You know what I mean? I skated he skated his whole life. He was like, to know that Lil Wayne has came back to the city 3 years later, and he booked the same fucking skate park, and he came straight to this motherfucker after his show. He was like, to know that that's still where you're at. He's like, I'm picking my board back up, and I'm never putting it down
That's hard.
again.
That's wild.
Yeah,
That's
Influential right there,
hard.
man.
yeah,
That
That
yeah.
tell
is
you
So
it
really
ain't this ain't
hard.
fake.
It's
he
This
did.
real
not, bro.
life.
I don't know the dude name, but he actually did a whole YouTube story about it, actually. Like a whole story about the whole situation. He had the footage of when I came there the first time, the footage of me landing the new shit, and him telling that same exact story about how he'll never put his board down again.
Yeah.
Damn, that's so ill.
I was
That's
like,
so dope.
I was like, I'm glad, because I ain't trying to see you jump off no more mountains and out of helicopter.
Doing the parkour. Nah,
Yeah,
bro,
I
you
don't
didn't
know what he
influence.
was doing.
You didn't influence a lot of niggas in this shit. I was telling you that the other night, like with you, like you was really the first time like anybody ever seen like skating and music actually collab together on some natural shit,
Natural,
Like
yeah.
especially on that level, like yeah, the fucking ramps on tour, you know what I'm saying? Truck fit, starting the skate team, like actually bonding with the skaters, going to skate parks, mixing with these people, like people who really skate, like you really was on a session with Beagle and them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really on a
Right.
session with Theotis and them, really on a session with these niggas. So it's like the validation is there. It's like,
Shout out Beagle,
yeah,
man. Shout out
Yeah,
Beagle. Beagle took me to that Fat Burger Gap.
that's
yep,
crazy.
yep.
You
Fat
already
Burger.
know Beagle. That if you ever if any I know y'all have, but to the world, if you ever skate with Beagle, man, that is experience, man. That's experience. That's experience of a lifetime, man. That man,
He's a character.
he'll fuck around, make you jump. You'll jump off a roof, fucking with Beagle, man.
No
Now yeah,
cap.
Yeah,
Theotis know.
yeah,
Theotis, no.
yeah.
That's
I
how
already know.
No,
He'll
for
Theo
have.
real.
be doing his shit.
Theo know better than all of us.
And yeah, B's gonna make you do something for sure. It's
He
no
ill,
way. You
man.
gotta at least try it.
That's how he
Yeah, where
be.
you going? Where you
That's
going?
how he be.
Man. Yeah,
Hey,
bro. Like
man.
we
Hey, I
said, bro.
know.
Yeah.
No, go ahead,
Go ahead,
TT.
Philly. Who that? Oh, that's
Huh?
D. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, that's you, T. Go ahead, T.
Man, I'm gonna keep it real quick, man. Like I said, just plenty of times, multiple times, like years back, just being in the studio with Scoob, T at, before like the new homies came on board. Just
Yeah,
seeing the craft, like I said, um, just somebody like your caliber. I know Yo been around forever, but just seeing that, just like seeing like how structured you are in the booth and
yeah,
how dedicated. So you'll go in there, you'll lay down a track so quick, and then you like ready for the next one.
yeah.
It didn't make no sense. Like I would think you should take a break, but I ain't. I mean, if I'm doing a track, I'm gonna take a break, shit. But you just got it like that. You feel me?
Yeah,
You one of a kind, bro. Like I mean, everybody
I
wants
appreciate
you on a song, bro. Like you go
I
last.
appreciate
If anybody in this motherfucker know, you go last at every song. If not first, because I think most artists know what's gonna happen.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. I appreciate that love. Also, I appreciate that those artists' expectations too, because I try to meet them every single time. But with that said, though, I, what they need to understand, as far as my fans and the people that support me, what they need to understand is how I respect and support you guys. And I mean, they need to understand that
Appreciate
how
that.
this shit was, how I went back and watched parts, how I can't wait till parts come out. Like they need to understand that for Tory when it was Tory. When I fell in love with Tory, was like this. I was like the first time I ever watched him. I'm like like you felt about me. I was like, damn, is he gonna stop? I was like that, and he just he going extra hard. And I'm like, he can't. He's not gonna land what he's trying to land. He's just. I like, there's no way. I was like, he trying something that the speed, the science of this shit, the speed he's going, the height he's going is not bow, and he landed. You know what I mean? And then with Key, it's like the tech dude. He's so technical that it's a beauty. It's an art. And when you actually get to skate with Key, when you get to skate with Key, you see his attitude and his joy for one trick. One trick. You can be out there. You can land 30 tricks. Niggas could go crazy for you. We could get the clip. Key ain't about to do nothing but that one trick he trying to land. And then when he landed, that's a session for real.
Nah, facts.
One of the
Now,
flyest dudes.
as far as Sean, man, you was talking about my flowers, dude. No, man, you getting that gold. You getting that X game gold. I went crazy. I think I hit Phil. I went crazy. I was like, man, what? Finally, that felt like if Nigel would have got sold him, right? You feel me? Like, come on, man. Come on. As far as Theo, man, I've been watching you since you was just a little dirty kid with the boy Bacon.
Man, I don't know what that afro.
I'm like, yeah, who that little nigga is? Yeah, I'm like, who little nephew they got with them, man? You know what I mean? And you already know you didn't flip that brand and just flipped it. And then me knowing you personally now and knowing your dedication to what you do and want to elevate yourself to something more. And that right there is astonishing. Yo, that's my Yo is like my motherfucking little bro / son. I love this nigga. I watch them, you know what I mean? I never and then this is where I think Spanish at, because Spanish took him in. Spanish and them saw something in him that it's not that I didn't see, but they got that skate eye obviously, and they see a real a real star in Yo, and they took it. They asked for him and they took it. And I love everything about it, man. Shaq, I respect the fact that you have a background like me, Shaq. You know what I mean? You have a background like me. What I mean by that is we have that young back. You know what I mean? Thank God we was privileged to be who we were at a young age. And so now when we get to where we at now, we have these expectations on us. You know what I mean? We spoke about this earlier. We have these expectations to always, it ain't about always being great, but we have these expectations to always be ourselves. They expect you to always be
dope little nigga
they
gone.
want. They don't, you know what I mean? They expect you to always be the Shaq that they want. They expect people like us, they expect me to always be the Wayne that they want. They don't expect us to actually be humans and change and actually progress. So with that said, to watch you be, to watch you win all those fucking awards and all those medals, and to watch you put them part, but that one fucking trick, Shaq. That one fucking trick. I think they didn't even change the spot up just for that, man. That one trick, you already know, I don't know where's that out here, but when you that fucking kickflip over that gate.
Oh yeah.
Over that bench. That don't make no sense. That's like
I knew you gonna say that.
I knew you was talking about
Me too.
Shaq,
That's a
trick,
fact.
right? That one trick alone at that age alone, that's solidified. That's like in my like when you young and you already know that they got a nigga in school that nigga parents, whatever happened, they got into something, but that nigga parents sued some company and that's why he rich. Like no matter, you know what I mean? Like no matter what, he could fail school. You don't care what he's still that nigga. Like that trick right there, Shaq. Like no matter what, man, and just the simple way where you've elevated now to going taking all the bullshit that comes with this, you know what I mean, this expectation of life we live, man. I respect you. I respect everything about you, man. For real.
Fucking dope.
For real.
I appreciate it, Wayne.
You
I
already know,
appreciate it, man.
Phil.
I really do, man.
You my brother from another Phil. You already know. My brother from another
Mark.
Phil is the reason why I'm on this motherfucking call for real.
Let's
That's
go,
tough.
man.
That's
For real. I
Nah,
appreciate
respects
that,
to
man.
Phil, man, putting all this shit together, man. The board
Hell yeah,
shit,
man. Thank you
all
guys.
that. Like, you the
Yeah,
go for
thank
that,
you
bro.
guys.
Yeah,
No
Philly.
cap.
I love all y'all,
Let me
my
know.
brothers,
Let me know
all
when we
my
session
kings.
up. Let me know when
No
we
cap.
session up.
Yeah, we gotta get a happy session.
Let's get it.
And y'all
Shit.
gotta come to the studio at least once. I mean, y'all gotta come listen to some of the shit, man. I
Yeah,
rap
Hey,
I'm
too.
with that.
I rap
I
too.
rap
Let's
too,
do
by
it.
the way, just so
I
you know.
rap too.
Hey,
I'm kind of
Yeah,
good. I'm
hey,
kind of
I'm at
good.
the stew, man. Hey, let me know. I'll pull up to the stew fast. Yo, come on, yo,
Nah,
know,
go
man.
ahead, go. You know what I'm saying? We'll
Nope,
vibe
they
out.
gonna never pull up on me. I done been in the studio with I done been in the studio with Alex and he had some homies making some music.
Oh yeah,
Mac had them
buddy.
in the room making some music before he had a little homie that could sing real well.
Oh yeah, buddy hard.
Yeah,
I
buddy.
gotta
Yeah,
send
he
some
could
more
Buddy
shit.
tight.
sing real. He got a nice voice, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
I sent you that one shit. I gotta play some more shit for you too, man.
Yeah, you
I'm about
do.
to drop some more
Yeah,
shit. I want to
I'm
drop.
in there.
I got
This is where
Yeah.
I live. Ask yo.
I
We
got
been
He
there.
said,
Boy,
"Wake up, hit
stay
the
right
space
Hey,
around. You
bar."
heard me?
hey, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that one time I went to the studio and there was a donut missing and they replaced the donut? I was like, yo, I turned around, there was brand new donuts. Swear to
Oh
God, I
yeah,
was
that
like,
nigga.
dude, there was one
Yeah, that
donut
nigga did
missing
dirty.
and I went to go look and I was like, yo, the whole shit replaced. Like they were like, I was like, yo, this place is a paradise, bro. We gotta come here more. They
We
got
gotta
Nah,
come here,
yeah,
boy.
Spanish love the studio. He tell me that all the time. He like, bro, we need to go to the stew, bro, and just vibe. I'm like, bro, it's whatever, bro.
Spanish
dude
like
dope.
shit, something magical gonna happen. He don't know what's
Hey,
gonna happen.
Nah,
man, that
cause
man
going
looking
to
for
the
them
stew is
donuts,
like,
man.
it's like,
Spanish coming
it's
to the
like the
studio
pump.
looking
That
for them
shit
donuts,
therapy.
man. That's all.
So Wayne,
Had
let
that
me
boy a
Oh,
dozen on the tray.
Hey, let me back that
Oh
up with
shit.
something I wrote
no,
up.
you
I want
good.
to read it. I can't freestyle it. So I had to write it down.
Yeah,
This one
Toy,
was
let's get
this
some
one
shit
was
today.
it's too important for me that I can't pull this out my ass. So, as a special token of appreciation, as an acknowledgement of all his progression, dedication, with dudes that have been overpaid on and off his skateboard, Lil Wayne became a professional skateboarder the day he picked up a board and showed us his love and respect for our skateboard culture.
Mm-hmm.
So it's our honor to hand back that respect by giving Lil Wayne his first pro model deck. Thank you for being you, and thank you for becoming a skateboarder, because it takes a special certain kind of human being that is a one of one that could be a skateboarder, and that is all of us.
thank you.
So
Man.
Toy, show that thing.
Facts.
That.
Yeah.
Amen.
Where's that? You
That's
see
my
where we at?
nigga. That's
Nice.
my nigga.
yeah, man, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, so
Life,
you already
man.
know. Me and Tori been rocking. Me and Tori, we do the jewelry. We do the grizzly pieces. You don't need. I was trying. I ain't even about to hold it. I was trying to. I just sent the jeweler he needed the printout for the new pieces. I got the thank you pieces coming. You already know how we do.
That's
You
Woo!
hard.
Oh,
already
that's
know how we.
tough.
Man, say
You're gonna
word.
be mad. You're gonna be mad at me, Toby, because you got the biggest one, and I know you ain't into all that. You're gonna be mad, but I'm about to have your shit like that big with all ice thing on that.
Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
thank you. Hey,
Crazy.
Yeah.
you said this to me once, Wayne, and this was maybe like a good 5-6 years ago. We were sitting in the park, and I hadn't seen you in a bit. You're like, "Yo, man, what's good? What you been up to?" I was just like, "I just been chilling, man." Like, and you looked at me like straight into my soul, and you said, "Nah, man, never chilling, always working." And after you said that to me, I was like, "Damn, you know what? That's the best advice I've gotten in my life at that point, because since then, it's just been a part of me. It's like every day that I skate, work on these businesses, these companies, it's just life. It's like I don't ever stop working, and
Fuck
that
yeah.
that right there, man, is like, I mean, it's dedication. It's a
Fuck yeah.
lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Dedication's a lifestyle, man.
Lifestyle.
And
Yeah.
so
I'm glad. I'm
thank
glad
you
we
for
all
sharing
living it,
that look with me, man.
man. Nah, so you already know you brother, man. That's love. It's all family,
Yeah,
man. I'm glad we
yeah,
all living that same lifestyle for real, for real.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Love, man.
So,
Love
so
all y'all
Wayne,
brothers, man, for
so
real.
Wayne, before we end the call,
What's up?
what's next as a pro skateboarder? How do you feel, man? Like,
Oh, you already know how I feel. I'm literally ready to put out a part. I'm ready to talk to you about what I got clips I ain't gave you. I didn't put that bitch in the iMovie and all that motherfucker. Nigga, what?
That bitch
Nigga,
packed
what?
away.
You ain't even got. I will not lie to you. Since the moment this shit happened, I've been on my iMovie. I just to send to you so you could figure out what you want to do, and then we go and get some real. Man, come on, man. You already know where I'm at with this.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's
I almost
go.
Need
forgot, boy.
that.
I was like, I don't know. I
And
was
you
like,
got the rights to all the best music.
Matt.
Let's go.
No kidding. Yeah, that's a
I'm recording
fact.
for my part, though. I'm recording music for the part.
Let's
Oh,
go.
fucking right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'll be tough.
yeah.
That'll be tough.
Shout out the
Level,
team.
man.
Shout out the team. Shout out YD. Shout out TJ. Shout out Edgar. Shout out Dre. You feel
shout
me?
out squad.
Whole
Yeah.
squad thing.
Yeah.
It's love, fellas. I
Timothy.
fuck with y'all. I love y'all, and I appreciate this for real, man.
You already know.
Hey,
Love.
let
Cash.
that
Love,
boy,
bro.
hey, let that boy Gary know I say I'm pro ho.
Let's go.
Love.
Let's go.
Love,
All right,
brother.
y'all.
Love y'all.
Peace.
Love.
Gang.
Gone.
Yeah.
Mula.
History has been
All right,
made.
y'all.
Peace.
Good job,
Peace.
Philly.
Peace, y'all.
Love.
Later, gang.